Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play NieR Automata. Once again, I've spent a lot of time off camera, as I announced last time. You may notice that we are level 99, so I figured, might as well go the whole distance, and I just ended up killing the rabbit machine 2 more times, and that was enough. So yeah, now we're max level, and the eventual fight against Super Boss Emil is gonna be as easy as it's going to be. I'm currently in chapter. Well, I did that. I don't know when. I was actually going after unit data, and you can see that we have passed the 95%. And honestly, I've given up for now. I was planning to 100% this because it looks like, well, I'm missing one more weapon, so that's going to be 100% here. I now know where to get those novels, which is what I'm going to do in just a moment now. And that should also at the same time give me all the missing archives as far as I can tell. So I will have 100% on all of these, except unit data. And yeah, it just turns out that the last missing units are kind of a pain to get, rare spawns, and only available very rarely during certain specific chapters in very specific locations. It's just a huge pain. Honestly, it was a real pain to even get this far. But this is enough to finish 4 S's quest, so yeah, that's gonna be good enough for me for now. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Anyway, this is chapter 14. After A2 wakes up in the desert and needs a new fuel filter, we talk to. Well, I talked to Anemone now, after talking to her about the fuel filter and her telling me to go see Pascal in his village. And yeah, it turns out that I apparently never did that on my first playthrough of this chapter. And Anemone just, I don't know, said something about old times and allowed A2 to access the computer back there to look up some info, and that's the missing novels. So yeah, I quickly skipped through this one. Your Pearl Harbor Descent Personal Record, Part 1. I'm gonna go through that again because I didn't actually read it. So yeah, I guess this episode is gonna be a lot of reading. Also, we should be able to complete the last missing quests, and which I think involves defeating Emil anyway. So yeah, that should get most of the things out of the way that are still left to do. So let's see, let's start here. My name is Anemone, and I lead the Android Resistance. This is a record of the battles I've experienced and my losses. I leave it here as a warning to myself. The machine lifeform attack lands far too close for comfort. I smell an acrid odor and know that some of my hair has been singed off. Anemone, retreat for now, that's an order! That's my captain, Rose. I obey her without hesitation, running from the front as soon as I take out a few nearby enemies. Feet flying beneath me, I leap into the hastily built trench with my resistance comrades, where my resistance comrades are gathered. How many battles is this now? The same sights and sounds, the same struggle of attrition. My resistance forces play the same war on repeat, with no end in sight. I don't even remember why they're fighting anymore, but I must continue regardless. I must continue until one side or the other is dead. This looks bad, Xion. What should we do? Calm down, Lily. We'll find an opening somewhere. You don't search for an opening, you make one. Dahlia, wait! I grab Dahlia's arm before she can flee the trench and turn to Rose. She brought us here after all. She must have a plan of some kind. But as the enemy horde closes in, Rose simply squints off in the distance. There's been a change in enemy movement, she says finally. Someone just started fighting over there. But that's not possible, stammers Margaret. We're all here. Margaret's right. There are only 9 of us left capable of fighting the machines. Captain Rose, Gerbera, Lily, Sonia, Erika, Margaret, Xion, Dahlia. Which I cannot help but notice that they're all flowers. Except I don't recognize Xion? Who knows? And me, Anemone. We're all that's left of the 8th Descent Forces. The one that took place roughly 200 years ago. What? 8th Descent Forces? The 8th Descent took place 200 years ago? Okay. An uneasy Sonia pulls Xion close and chews on a loose strand of hair. I don't like it, she says. What if it's some kind of machine trap? I wait for a while, heart pounding, until I hear the enemy fire lessen. Okay, I say. This looks like our chance. Let's pull back. Someone's fighting out there in M&E, cries Dahlia. We can't abandon them. Oh, so you want to risk all of our lives for some stranger? Come on. We don't even know if this mystery fighter is on our side or not. That's not what I said. Enough, you two, barks Shion. The captain makes the final decision on this. After Shion speaks, all of us turn to Captain Rose. She looks us in the eyes and nods slowly before starting to speak. Gerbera, the enemy is heading toward the explosives we set up earlier, yes? Gerbera thinks for a moment. Now that you mention it, yeah, they are. A slight smile crosses Rose's face, yet she still seems perfectly composed. Good. Then, if this goes well, we might be able to take them all out. I want all of you to leave this trench and get to the explosives, says Rose. We let the blast take out most of them, then clean up the stragglers. Identifying our unknown mystery fighters can wait until we're done. No one objects to the captain's precision. The moment she issues the order, we all leap from the trench as one and re-enter the fray. When we reach the battle, we find what happens to be another set of androids dressed in strange black outfits. Before they even know what's happening, we detonate the explosives, kill the remaining machines, and turn our guns in their direction. Alright, I say to the strangers. Start talking. Easy, says one of the mystery androids. We're on your side. We're new models rolled out as part of something called Project Yorha. Really, I say? We haven't heard anything about new models. I probably speak with more bluster than necessary, but I have to make sure they're actually on our side. I don't think they're lying, necessarily, but I can't read their expressions thanks to the giant goggles they wear. And frankly, a little caution never goes amiss in the middle of a war. We learn that the 4 androids refer to each other as number 2, number 4, number 16, and number 21. They also aren't in a hurry to share much more. Our mission is top secret, one of them says. That's why you haven't heard about us yet. I slowly draw my knife in an attempt to gauge their reaction. So, in other words, no one will know any better if I kill you right now. Stand down, Anemone, says Rose softly. No, cries Lily, she's right. We've all seen how quickly the enemy is evolving. Who's to say these 4 aren't machines that just look human? No, that's not gonna be for a little while longer before that happens. My companions nod in agreement. This damn war has made us all suspicious. One of the strangers, number 16 I believe, draws a long knife from its sheath. If it's a fight you want, she says, I'm happy to give it to you. Before I can respond, Dahlia leaps in front of me with her weapon at the ready. This is it, we're going to fight. But just before the battle can erupt, the android called number 2 steps forward. Wait, she says. There used to be 16 of us, says number 2, but the others died during the descent. We are isolated and alone out here. Reinforcements aren't coming, and that means we have to finish this mission with the soldiers we have left. We don't need more enemies right now. What we need is allies. She finishes the speech with a soft sigh, as if trying and failing to hold her emotions in check. I know that sort of voice. It's the voice of someone who still has hope, despite all the odds. Okay, that's the first chapter. Oh, I'm afraid these are going to take a little while, but I hope you don't mind too much. According to the Yorha team, there's an enemy server beneath Mount Kaala. If we can take it out, we might finally gain some ground in this endless war. But in order for that to happen, we need to work together. After a bit of thought, Rose decides to throw in with the new models. It's a relationship that changes as time goes on. What are you doing, Dahlia? Just showing this idiot how weak she is, replies a winded Dahlia. Winded? Ha! Wheezes her opponent. Winded, I think. Number 16. You're obviously outmatched. The two of them are taking turns hitting each other. It seems friendly enough, as those things go. Plus, they've been doing it for so long now that both of them are out of energy. They likely couldn't punch through a piece of paper at this point. The rest of the group stares at the combatants and tries not to grin. Dahlia and number 16 seem to butt heads over the smallest little things. Maybe it's because they're so much alike. It's almost annoying how quickly muscleheads learn to like one another. The rest of us converse as Dahlia and 16 continue to spar. We call each other by names that I gave us, explains Rose. I see, responds number 4. I thought it strange that you didn't use code numbers. She nods while she speaks, as though this all makes perfect sense. Suddenly, Captain Rose breaks out into a wide grin. You know what, she says? I think we should give all of you names as well. No, says number 2. It would be a waste. Rose eyes her warily. A waste? You can name me when the mission is over, she replies, as a blush rises in her cheeks. I could tell her words there also served as a wish for success. Her words also served as a wish for success. All right, responds Rose. I think of a name for you by then. She knows this is a fleeting promise, as most such things are, but it doesn't matter. Already I can see us growing closer to the Yora team. Well, my friends are growing closer to them at least. You're all being careless, I state, much louder than I intend. Luckily, the others either don't hear or decide to ignore it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not about to go against the captain's judgment. But that doesn't mean I'm ready to just lie down and trust our new friends. Ours is a solitary existence that has long since been abandoned by the moon. No matter how they cried, mourned, or struggled, the voices of our departed comrades went unanswered. So, how can you trust an entire squad of new models that you just met? What's wrong, Anemone? I hear Lily calling to me. She's likely concerned about me being apart from the rest of the group. Nothing, I begin. I'm fine. Before I can complete my thought, Lily suddenly opens her mouth and emits a terrible scream. Lily's scream echoes throughout the entire camp. It's heartbreaking. It's agony. It's horrible. She's infected, screams Rose. Lily's infected! We all draw weapons out of instinct as much as anything else, pointing them at our comrade as she continues to scream and scream and scream. We all know what's happening. We've seen it before. It's a logic virus, a machine weapon that hijacks android systems and overwrites their data. And since there's no known cure, it's also a death sentence. Okay, interesting. I was under the impression that when that started happening during the gameplay, that was the first time such a thing happened, because everyone, I mean, I guess no one specifically mentioned, oh no, it's the virus again, or something. But, well, I guess it had happened before. I need to show her mercy. I need to set her free. My finger rests on the trigger, yet I hesitate. And before I can make that final, fateful decision, I hear a voice rise up from somewhere behind me. Stop! You can't do this! You can't just let your friend die! It's number 21. The girl I thought to be cool and composed beyond all measure was now pleading with me to spare Lily's life. What do I do? What the hell do I do? Lily said you were like a family to her. You can't abandon family, not before you exhaust every possibility. What can you do then? I'll use my power to erase the virus. That's impossible. Rose spat out what we're all thinking, but before we can act, Lily starts to send nearby comrades flying with impossible strength. I've seen infected androids before. I know how much damage they can do once the virus turns off their limiters. They'll fight and fight until they're utterly destroyed. Dahlia and number 16 rush into the fray, trying to suppress their former friend, but she swats them away like flies. How many of us have been infected now? How many friends have I been forced to put down? The heart I'm not supposed to have aches with the thought. It aches as I remember all of the identification numbers that have been retired. When did I start giving them names? When did I decide I simply couldn't endure it any longer? Initiating reprogramming sequence. That voice, number 21? She's screaming something about reprogramming? I don't know what to do. I'm lost. As my vision slowly clears, I see number 21 inputting commands into her terminal, while number 2 and number 4 hold her down. They hold her as she writhes and... Rose stares at me with surprise. Oh no. I'm holding Lily too. That's it? Okay. Bit of a cliffhanger. Not that it matters because the next episode should unlock right away. Okay, that gives us 3 more archives. And part 3. Should be 4 in total. "14th Machine War, Pearl Harbor Descent. The name of the mission entrusted to the Yoha soldiers. Was there ever such furious gunfire? Such bombings that continued without pause? Also, why is this not a continuation? Excuse me? This is kind of mean. Our target is the machine server under Mount Kaala, and our situation is dire. Or maybe it is a continuation? We need reinforcements. Requesting deployment at once. Number 2 speaks quickly, yet calmly, which is all the more remarkable considering the hostile army closing in on our position. But the command center in the orbiting satellite informs us no reinforcements will be forthcoming. We are abandoned. We are alone. It's so easy to do from up here, from up there, from the satellite, from the moon. I'll do whatever is necessary, says Lily with a grim smile. Okay, so Lily's still around. Dahlia and Margaret quickly nod in agreement, as does number 16. They decided to join the rearguard, staying behind to be our shield, even though it comes at the cost of their own lives. Regardless, they all agreed without hesitation. For we in the vanguard would be joining them in death soon enough. Without another word, we turn our backs on each other and take up positions. We know this is the end. Dahlia and the others will buy us time to reach the gate at Kaala's peak. I think they misspelled the name there quite a bit. Beyond that lies an elevator, and beyond that is the server. If we can destroy it, we'll deal a devastating blow to machine lifeforms throughout the Pacific region. But as I notice number 21 scowling at the elevator, I start to have a bad feeling about the final stage of our mission. Go on, she says. I've got this. We crowd into the elevator as she begins hacking the terminal. She doesn't need to tell us what's happening. It's clear that the elevator won't descend all the way to the server unless someone stays behind to control it. Enemies incoming. They're almost on us. As I speak, I suddenly find myself leaping from the elevator and taking up a position at number 21's side, almost as if my body is out of my control. Something is wrong. Something... I'll back up number 21, I cry. The rest of you, take out that server. The doors close on my friends. The last thing I see is the face of my captain, Rose. She looks concerned, but then the doors shut and she is no more. That was the last time I ever saw them. But it's alright. I'm going to finish this, one way or the other. The only sounds we hear are distant explosions and the rasp of number 21's breathing. Thank you, she whispers, for staying with me. I look at her eyes and see the telltale red of a logic virus infection. I was right after all. I sigh softly as I draw my weapon. I've seen comrades infected before. That's why I couldn't leave her to die alone. The vaccine she gave Lily is already ineffective. The enemy has evolved. They studied number 21's patterns and developed a new resistance. No one can save her now. When the elevator reaches the server, begins number 21 weakly. Then I'll give you peace, I reply. The elevator moves even lower, ever lower, creating a countdown on number 21's life. How much time has passed? How much can possibly be left? Too long to wait, yet not long enough for regret. A massive explosion echoes in the distance as the hall slowly shakes. It's the final act of Lily and the others in the rearguard. They just overloaded their own fusion reactors. The sound of our comrades' demise slowly fades from our ears. As it does, number 21 reaches up and slowly removes her goggles. I'm glad I got to meet you, she says. Her eyes are so red, but not completely. There's still a little of herself left. And while it is... Don't worry, I say. I'll be with you soon. She smiles as my words reach her ears. And yet, somehow Anemone and A2, I guess, survived this whole affair. As soon as the elevator touches down, I fire a bullet into number 21's brain. I watch the thing that used to be her tumble to the ground. I stare at the gun I hold in trembling hands. I press it to my temple. This will end it all. The war, my meaningless existence, all of it. It will finally be over. Unforgivable. Unforgivable. Okay. Your comrades sacrifice themselves and fight to the last breath. They feel suffering, they feel sadness, they feel pain and terror. And yet you would surrender now? Unforgivable. The voice is a battlefield curse, telling those who survive to see their mission through no matter what. It is another me crying out. I scream at the top of my lungs and race down the hall. I'll show you. If you're going to push me, I'll show you. You'll only be satisfied if it ends with more killing. I leap into the fray with weapons in both hands. Here I am. Here I am. Kill me! As I scream, an explosion suddenly rises up and sweeps everything away. A soft wind touches my cheek. I smell fire. I smell ash. The explosion in the server room was powerful enough to take out Mount Kaala itself, reducing the once proud summit to a smoking crater. The machines immediately drop to the ground and stop moving. I look out over the scorched earth. Lily? Number 16? Rose? Number 2? Are any of you? I am the only one left. The only one. I was alive because I had been afraid to die. I begin to giggle. It's a mad thing, crazed even to my own ears. I'll join you soon. You promised to join her soon. How could I have said such vain, laughable words, such lies? I laugh. I stand in the smoke and the flame and laugh until I think my very throat will tear itself in two. I blink. Daylight drifts through the smoke. I've been standing here all night. My laughter finally depleted. I force myself to my feet. I'm the coward who stayed behind, the coward who lived. Now it's my job to carry on the will of those who fought at my side. Since I can't kill myself, I have to fight until someone does it for me. I'll endure every hardship. I'll kill every machine I find. This is my cross to bear. I walk slowly into the west, dragging my broken body along. Interesting. So I guess that number 2 was not A2? Or I suppose we'll learn soon enough, huh? Number 16, number 21, number 4. I'm sorry I'm still alive. But I'll be joining you as soon as I finish some things up. Don't make promises. You're not going to... Wait, what? Hold on. Am I wrong? We're still missing one. Uh-oh. I was under the impression that we would get all the novels here. Hold on, I can check that real quick. Let's see here. Actually, I'm trying to look at a archive list here on my phone. Let's see, Intel... Archives? Okay, we have all the archives. But we're still missing one novel. Huh, it's not what I expected. Novels. Memories of a Songstress, Anemone Encounter, Understanding Separation. Oh, 9S's memories. Oh, okay. Probably gonna get those when I... Yeah, okay. Wait, up 10? Oh, yeah, of course, after defeating A2 S9S. Okay, that makes sense. Well then, that was that. Still, how... I mean... Anemone survived, but A2 was down in the server room when that exploded, and she couldn't possibly have survived that, right? Unless... the one who survived was actually A2? No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I feel kind of stupid right now. Feels like it's not supposed to be a mystery, but I don't know, maybe it is. Feel free to clear things up for me. Thank you. So what now? We need to... Oh, right, of course. The reason I'm here, among other things, besides looking up the info in the computer, is that there's supposed to be a 2-specific quest in this chapter. Or starting with this chapter? Yeah, looks like it. And I think it has to do with Pascal, so we're supposed to head there anyway. Let's do that. And, oh. Let's go... Yeah, near the tower should be fine. And, I mean, I thought I talked to Pascal. I did some kind of quest for him. But maybe not. Maybe it's not for Pascal at all. But there is no red dot on my map yet. So I'll try moving along the story if nothing else. Just talk to Pascal real quick. get that fuel filter. Although I'm not entirely sure if he just hands it to you or if you have to do something else. Hey, buddy. The path here should be open at least. Not sure if you can ride through though. Nope, you cannot. Okay. Well, thanks for that short ride, Mr. Moose.
There's machines everywhere.
Yeah.
Analysis. This
For now
is a
they are.
colony of pacifistic machine lifeforms led by the unit known as Pascal. It is logical for a large number of machine lifeforms to be present. This pod has concerns regarding your High Unit A2's predictive skills.
I'd be more concerned about me smashing your face if I were you.
Okay, you saw that, right? That's the thing I talked about. One of these last episodes. Where I tried to pick up Pascal's book, and apparently I still had one. Forget about that part. Now I sell the one that I have, and the one up there should have once again turned into... Scores. Oh, this is so wrong. So we have 22 machine cores, but yeah, the one up there should have turned into another machine core for some reason. Yep. Okay. Well, the woman from before, yes. Thank you again for rescuing me. Sure. Okay. Thanks, Pod. Rigid tree bark. Oh. Right, of course we needed to do something first. Okay, still no new red dots, so I guess I'm gonna do this real quick and then
Analysis. Hostility toward the peaceful machine lifeform Pascal is pointless from an energy usage standpoint. Proposal. Form a friendly relationship immediately.
You've got to be kidding me.
I don't think he's kidding. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna pause recording here, do that off camera, and maybe see if I can just find that quest that's supposed to be somewhere. Yeah, and I'll see you once I have that. Okay, let me quickly check if we're actually recording. Okay. Forever paranoid about that not being the case. Yeah, so we are. And apparently I must have never completed one of these side quests that you get from the machines in Pascal's village. The one about the storage element. I mean, I remember getting it, but apparently it's not in my list of complete quests, so yeah, I guess I must never have either never have collected the required item, the data drive, or never turned it in or something before moving on the main story and locking myself out of this. Because there is a relatively small window for completing this particular quest, so yeah. I guess that's all it is. Pretty sure I went here and got the item, even. Which is, you know. Makes me wonder even more why I didn't just complete it. Especially since I think this is one of the quests is also where you build that slide for the children in the village. And I certainly did do that, so yeah, who knows. Oh hey, I got it.
Enemy machines destroyed.
Thanks.
So this is the part Pascal wanted? Can't believe I'm killing machines to save a machine. Ah, screw it. Better go see Pascal.
Or maybe I didn't do that? I don't know. I don't remember that particular bit of dialogue, but maybe that's all it is. Maybe I'm simply not remembering. Oh well, that was simple enough, and that should be the third to last quest. right? And then the second to last should be talking to 4S, giving him the almost complete, mostly complete unit data. And then there's only one quest left, which I think has to do with beating Emil, as I might have mentioned. So we'll transport back to the Scout's village. And well, the quest is still is in everybody's list, right? So I'm not sure if you have to talk to 4S as 9S. I'm not sure if I ever tried. I mean, he's only there during Route C, so I couldn't have tried it when playing as 2B, of course, but I'm not sure if I ever went there as A2. I guess it's gonna be pretty quick to just go there and check that out. Yes, I cannot thank you enough. This is meager compared to what you've done, but please take it. Okay, well, thanks, I guess. In all honesty, we could have transferred the child's core to another body instead of repairing the original. This process allows us to resurrect ourselves as many times as we want. However, it comes at the cost of our memories. So in a way, he would no longer be the same child. Thankfully, this is no longer an issue. Thank you so much. Sure. It should have been... I mean, unless I just overlooked it. But we'll see that right now. Yep, okay. All 3 of her quests done. And we're really only missing one 9S quest, the enemy data quest, and then the shared quest. Alright, yeah, why don't we just hop on over to the castle, royal chamber, and check that out real quick. I mean, 4S should be there, logically. The question is whether he's gonna talk to A2. I mean, if nothing else, I'm curious to find out. I'm not gonna go visit the smith right now because we still have that final weapon to collect anyway. So I'm gonna have to make one final trip there to upgrade all the weapons. Hello. You're an older Euro model. I am. Not that it matters. Oh, he's not going to talk to me. Yeah, okay. I guess it's fair enough. I'm gonna go ahead and load... Wait, did I not? I guess I didn't save here, no. That's fine. I'll have to chapter select anyway to go to Route C as 9S. Unfortunately, I will have to... Well, I don't technically have to, but I am going to fight Emil during Route A and B, I guess. So I'll have to reload 2 more times at least. Or chapter select 2 more times. That's fine. Can I... Okay, go chapter select. Which one is best? I guess the tower should work. It should be okay. It does say that the quest is available, and I mean, any of the Route C chapters should work technically, but some are just more convenient than others because in some chapters you'll have to, I don't know, you'll start out having to sit through a bunch of quest dialogue or stuff. Oh, this is the one where he wakes up by the amusement park. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's not that bad.
Physical check complete. Memory check complete. Maintenance mode complete. Your
Takes a few seconds until he
activate.
Gets up.
Good morning, 9S.
Good morning, Pod. Again.
Analysis. The enemy structural unit collapsed during battle. Unit 9S
And as we
suffered damage
run
from
toward the access
and
point,
was
thankfully
placed
most
in
of the dialogue is
emergency
gonna
suspend
play
mode.
out.
Fall location was deemed too dangerous, thus said unit was transported to current location. All system checks and reactivation complete.
Operator.
Operator model 210 is deceased. Black box signal not found.
Yep.
Situation
Still not
report.
quite done, but
Tower
almost.
access authentication key acquired.
Right, we get the key.
The required number of authentication keys have been acquired. The tower is now open for investigation.
Good.
Good, good. But we're not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to quickly turn in a quest and then get out of this timeline. Yes, Royal Chamber. Oh yeah, and I guess I also have all those archives that I picked up recently, or at least some of those to look at. Actually, maybe some of those unit biographies, looks like, Android biographies, may answer some of those questions I have about, you know, Anemone and A2 both somehow surviving that mission. Hey there, 4S. More enemy data, yes, a lot more. It's great having another scanner helping me out. Thanks to you, I've gathered the data 60% faster than I planned. I wonder how long we'll be doing this. Well, don't count on me giving you 100% complete unit data, because that's just such a pain in the butt. It's not like we Yora androids have a home to return to. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but gathering intelligence is still important. It's a huge support for the war effort. I know that! Whoa, easy. Sorry, Nines. I didn't mean to yell at you. Anyway, this chunk of data you brought means I'll finally hit my goal. I finally hit my goal. I'd like you to have this. It belonged to an old friend, but I think he'd be happy to know that you're using it. Huh? Okay. Some gadgets, some stuff, some money. I was expecting something more unique, but not entirely sure what at this point. See you around, Nines, and remember, no regrets, okay? We need to think about what we're going to do from this point forward. Thanks for everything. Sure. Quest complete. Finally. Okay, that's only one more quest to go. Right. One more quest to go. Actually, well, I didn't look at the quest list yet. No active quests. 98% cleared quests. And that means I'm gonna quickly head back to the access point, and then I'll return to that chapter. You know, that chapter. We'll see. Shouldn't really matter too much. Chapter select. I think 7 is okay. Reporting to Pascal, yeah. Maybe this one. I'm not sure which of these has less quest dialogue. So let's just go with this. 9S, yes. I mean, we are level 99 and as well equipped as we'll ever be, so this should be doable, hopefully. We saw the bullet hell that was the Emil fight on our first attempt. First and only attempt so far. But hopefully with a friend to aid us. Okay. That is going to be doable. In fact, I read the tip to actually set her too aggressive, so she'll distract him as as much as possible. It seems reasonable. Quick save, transport. Now, which one is the most convenient one? Maybe NieR Tower, actually? Yeah, I think NieR Tower might be better than City Center, because we'll have to go around the entire central crater anyway to conveniently access the cave area. I wonder if the... Yeah, the shortcut elevator is probably not actually going to be active. But if you just jump straight down the hole, that central crater in the deep cave, That's pretty fast. No, that's not an animal to ride. I don't necessarily need an animal to ride anyway, but I guess it's gonna speed things up a little bit. Oh, whoops, didn't see you. Sorry. Sorry about that. Actually, yeah, I think this is... Yep, this is the roof. Almost didn't make it there. That would have been embarrassing and annoying. Okay. Just quickly checking across or around the corner here. And no, of course not. That's annoying that those kinds of things don't just stay unlocked. But I'm pretty sure they just get reset whenever you chapter select. Oh well. The most annoying part actually is that I'm pretty sure the same is true for unlocking the... Can you please not do this? I'm not even locked onto the thing and the camera just insists on looking at the thing. My god. So I'm just gonna fall down here. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that the same thing is true about resetting access to the additional access points in the factory, because one of the missing units is a rare spawn in a room in the factory, and the convenient way to access that is from one of those access points. Does this even matter? Actually, yeah, it does, because we can still resurrect in this timeline here. Bunker's still there, so... Or is it? Wait. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, of course it is. Okay. So... If we die, and I guess it's quite possible that I will. If I lose the fight, I can at least use the elevator to more quickly get back. But let's see if we can't do this on the first attempt, huh? Maybe it's gonna be trivial, I don't know. Last time I was like 20 levels lower, so... And also by myself. Wait, this is... What? Oh, I have to talk to him first. Oh no. Okay, you know what? That's dumb. I thought this was gonna be unlocked, but... I don't know, I should have made sure. I mean, I have the mask, right? I must have the mask. Key items. Emil bullets? Wait, Emil mask. I do have the mask. But I guess I still have to talk to him, yeah. For him to tell me about this place in the first place and then about his secure chest. Okay, well that's... I should have foreseen that and planned for that. No. Please, stop wasting more time. No? Okay. Screw it. I don't need that machine core anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna pause again here and I'll resume once I'm ready to do the fight. See you in a second. Okay. Once again, checking for recording. Yes. Okay, I had to repeat the entire sequence. First going down, first talking to him, then going down, trying to pick up the mask because I couldn't, since I already had one. Then returning all the way back up, talking to him, and now I'm back down. And as soon as we try to leave here with the Emil's head mask, that's right, he should confront us.
So you
Yep.
were the Ben? You may be a cherished companion of mine, but you
man,
still
this takes
must
so
be
long.
punished.
Oh boy. To be, if you would. Well, he's dealing significantly less damage to us, so that's nice. Also, this is just a normal hacking minigame. I was totally expecting something specific to him, maybe. We'll see how much damage this deals, though. It's not a whole lot of experience. Okay. Looks like we'll have to do this about, I don't know, 5 times total? I mean, it's nice that he doesn't deal most of our health and damage. I should probably still, you know, play it somewhat safe and just keep healing. But yeah, this is definitely more doable. I don't know if there's less skulls or projectiles. It kind of feels like that. Not sure that A2 is actually, well, not A2, 2B is actually helping a whole lot, but this is definitely working a lot better than before. Oh, okay. Also somehow stopped hacking. Not sure what he was doing there. Pretty much nothing, which worked pretty well for me. This is one of the slightly more annoying patterns. There we go. Let's see here. One more and that should still leave him with some health left. Oh, except he just took a bunch of damage? Hold on. Oh, wow, he's actually super easy to kill. I should have just tried that. I was expecting him to have,
in this world anymore,
I don't know,
huh? Well,
a million hit points.
Go ahead and use this room for whatever you like.
Oh
I
man.
don't mind.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's yeah, I don't know. Oh, Emil has weapon. That's the final weapon. I didn't know they was just gonna drop it. Emil, are you okay? Uh-oh. Well, thanks for making me feel like a colossal jerk once again, game. It's what you're good at. Well, we have that now. It should be all the weapons. Yes, okay. Now we have to upgrade all of them, and then we'll see. Man, he was so easy. I should have just tried attacking him normally. For some reason, I was convinced that hacking him was the only reasonable way to fight him, which is certainly not the case. Man, oh well. I mean, that's he only was that easy, of course, because we are level 99, which is pretty ridiculous compared to any of the main challenges the game actually poses here. I don't know. What is the highest level enemy you normally encounter? Not very high. But what's done is done. I wonder if I should just make a cut to the smith. It's not gonna take that long. We're gonna head on over to the closest access point, which I think should be probably near the tower. Should be easy to reach. Make it up here and up here. Yeah, we could use his moves if he ever gets up. Can we? Okay, there we go. Didn't even see the A button prompt. So I guess that was a frame perfect moves mount. Speedrun strats right there. Out of my way. And quick save. Royal Chamber. Chamber. And well, The rest should be easy, assuming I have all the materials. Well, that would be funny if I was actually missing something, but I really can't see that being possible. I have all the machine parts, legs and arms and torsos that I could possibly ever need, as well as plenty of those higher level materials like meteorites, dozens of those. Hello. Yes, I know. Right, upgrade to the final level, yes. No problem there, and then we have these two. Emil heads. Okay, just a special version of the machine heads, I guess. Stun up. Right. Wait, does this need less materials than normal? No, I guess not. Insanity. Okay. Well, that's all of them. Your white sword, Alright, still no special dialogue even after upgrading every single weapon to the final level. So we also have all the weapon stories now. Right, and I did say that I wanted to look at the archives, right? Unit data is so close. Oh, actually we did get... Question mark? Oh, Emil is its own category? I see. This mysterious creature emerged from inside of a machine life form and set up a shop after obtaining a new body. While he calls himself Emil, his true identity is a mystery. Once he discovered who had been stealing from his room, he was incited to fight, but after being defeated he was reduced to tears by the realization that only power matters in this world. Yeah. I know, it sucks. 16, 21, 4, 2. I guess let's quickly read these. Descent summary, maybe? Let's read them in order. A unit from, Gunner 16. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron that was utilized during the 14th Machine War. Number 16 possessed a rough and tumble personality, ideal for her role as a gunner, where she was required to attack foes from a distance. Though she possessed a defiant streak that extended even to her superiors, she was assigned to the mission anyway due to her tremendous offensive abilities. During her squad's assault on Mount Kaala, number 16 volunteered to stay behind and hold off the machine lifeform army so her companions could continue up the mountain. She fought with great courage alongside members of a local resistance group and managed to hold off overwhelming numbers until the appearance of a Goliath that was unaffected by ordinary weaponry. Seeing no other way to end the fight, she chose to destroy the enemy by overloading and detonating her own fusion reactor. This act of self-sacrifice, despite her defiant nature, is one of remarkable interest and likely merits further study. Okay. Scanner 21. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron that was utilized during the 14th Machine War, number 21, possessed a cool and analytical personality that perfectly fit her role as a scanner. Her first and perhaps most impressive achievement was using her analytical abilities to cure a member of a local resistance group who had been affected by a logic virus. Unfortunately, she fell victim to the same virus shortly thereafter, during the assault on the Mount Kaala server. Though she fought valiantly, the virus had evolved into a form that she could no longer remove, which eventually led to her asking an allied unit to end her life. Experimental Yorha Unit number 21's initial success against the virus has been determined to be valuable information regarding how to construct barriers against machine lifeforms and should be included in the basic systems of all subsequent Yorha squadron members. Yorha Attacker 4. We haven't really heard much about number 4 at all during the novel sequences. A unit from the experimental Yorha squadron that was utilized during the 14th Machine War. Though attacker number 4 possessed an unusually bright and cheerful personality, she still managed to be effective when it came to engaging in close-quarter combat. In addition to providing a morale boost to the group, this unit also used her sunny disposition to form an alliance with the local resistance group. Oh, I guess, was that her initiative? Oh, maybe she did play a pretty vital role then. She was eventually killed during the assault on the Mount Kaala server, the cause of which was a self-directed overload of her own fusion reactor. Further research reveals that she undertook this action as a means of protecting her companion, attacker number 2. On one further note, while this unit's cheerful personality provided certain benefits to overall unit morale, it was also responsible for a decrease in fighting spirit during intense combat. As such, it has been deemed inappropriate for future combat models. Yorha Attacker 2, or A2. A unit from the experimental squadron, blah blah. She specialized in close-quarter combat and was programmed to have a neutral personality. Attacker number 2 took command of the squadron after the death of its original captain number 1. Despite issuing many questionable commands during her initial time in a leadership role, she eventually formed a working relationship with the Resistance and succeeded in destroying the enemy server located at Mount Ka'ala. While the experimental Yorha unit number 2 possessed great growth and adaptability abilities, she also deserted her post following the destruction of the server, and as of this moment she has yet to be apprehended. Our R&D group is currently conducting further research to determine whether or not there were issues with this model's personality settings. The missing experimental unit, now designated A2, will be handled by the Type E division. Okay, interesting. They obviously didn't get her. So... were we... wait, but we weren't looking... No. The novels were written from Anemone's perspective. Unless the third one was not, and that was actually number 2, killing Scanner 21 when she was overcome by the virus. Rose. This android, encountered by the experimental Yorha squadron, is the leader of a group composed of many Resistance members. A survivor of the 8th Descent operation, she continued to wage guerrilla warfare in the Pacific region thereafter. Unable to stop the ever-proliferating machines, she continued to fight a war of bitter attrition for over 200 years. After encountering the experimental Yorha squadron, she sought to change the tide of battle through fighting alongside them. She was destroyed by machine lifeforms in the server room underneath Mount Ka'ala during the mission to destroy the SAT server. Anemone. A member of the Resistance group led by Dahlia that was encountered by the experimental Yorha squadron. This unit was said to be unusually cautious and showed the greatest initial distrust of the experimental Yorha squadron. However, her disposition gradually grew more amicable after scanner number 21 managed to eradicate a logic virus that had infected one of her companions. She executed and infected unit number 21 in the elevator hall of Mount Ka'ala server facility and went missing shortly thereafter. Okay, so that was her. So we just don't know how A2 survived all that. That gigantic explosion that literally blew up an entire mountain? Okay. Pearl Harbor Descent Summary. For this descent, 12 experimental Yorha units were deployed to destroy the server located inside Mount Ka'ala on Oahu Island. However, they encountered heavy enemy anti-air defenses during the initial stage of the mission, resulting in the death of all but 4 squad members. The remaining units then joined up with members of a local resistance movement and decided to continue the mission despite their initial losses. Even in the face of a fierce enemy counter-strike and overwhelming numerical odds, a handful of units managed to reach the target location, at which point Unit Number 4 overloaded her fusion reactor and destroyed the enemy server. While the destruction of the server struck a blow against enemy forces, the true purpose of this operation was to monitor and research how the experimental Yorha units behaved during battle. This information would then be studied and integrated into new Yorha models once the project were to proceed past the experimental phase. Oh, okay. I see. One note of concern. It has been verified that the black box signal of the experimental unit Attacker number 2 remains live. Due to the possibility of the unit being captured and compromised by the enemy, and due to the unit's existence itself being a matter of the highest level of confidentiality, it has been decided that it is to be recovered or disposed of by the Type E division once that group is fully operational. Okay. Yeah, that's the entire Pearl Harbor Descent records. I think that's... yeah, that was all the new archives, actually. All that was still missing. We have all the weapon stories, of course, to look at. Honestly, I'm going to read them, but I'm not sure if I want to read all of them, you know, read out all of them. What I could do is I could do this. And just look at them so you can, if you're interested, you can pause the video on each of these and read them. And I'll take my time later to read them as well. We've looked at some of these as well, but, you know, just going to look at each for a couple of seconds so we can press the button conveniently. These are certainly going to answer a couple of questions that I might have had as well. Cypress stick. Well, we have read that one. The machine heads. Oh no. I lack parts. I'm useless. My existence is unnecessary. I tried so hard. Mommy. Oh no. Okay. Where did we get this one? The machine heads? Oh, that was... Wait. Machine heads. Oh, we bought that from Pascal. Oh no. That's so bad. Meal heads. Okay, I'm gonna read this one just because it's a meal, you know. And it's the final one. 9/2, that's September 2nd. 12,422. What is that actually? Our calendar? It's pretty wild. I confirmed that the machine lifeforms released by the aliens have reconstructed their network. I've started to see units with gravity controlling capabilities again as well. Gravity controlling? Okay, 10/15, 12,422. I was spawned about a week ago, so I don't have clear recollections of anything before that. Say, I wonder where the original disappeared to all those millennia ago. I mean, who knows? 12/14, same year. I confirmed that the 25th one born after me has stopped his biological activity. Although we're technically immortal since we can respawn indefinitely and all, we're still not exempt from death. 1/19, 12,423. Our memories are only copies, so they're pretty vague. That android wearing black, I have the feeling I've met her before. She had a complicated look on her face, but I can't remember anything. Is that actually after our meeting in the shopping center? Is that referring to 2B? Or I guess technically 9S? Right? Yeah. Yeah, you're playing as the 2 when you encounter him for the first time. Who knows? Yeah, okay, that wasn't particularly enlightening, unfortunately, but... Well... Okay, this is gonna be complete as soon as I complete ending D. And... I'm gonna save over this one. I mean, okay. At this point, yeah, I'm just going to get ending D, which involves taking 9S's side during that final combat, defeating A2. And then I'll see... Honestly, I'll see what happens then, if something happens automatically, or if not, and if nothing seems obvious, I'll look up how to achieve the true ending, which I know exists, but I don't know how long it is, what it actually is, if it's just a couple lines of extra dialogue, or if it's an entire new chapter. I don't think it's too much, honestly. So, in all honesty, there might not be a whole lot more left to do. That being said, I am going to end the episode here, and if what's left turns out to be only like another 15 minutes or so, I'm just going to add that to the end of the episode and not make it its own thing, because that seems a little bit silly. But if not, if it's longer, then it's going to be the next episode. So, well, you know at this point, of course, whether this episode continues after this point or not, but I don't. Either way, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.